Hey everybody, welcome to stream. I'm Teyo, and today we're doing something a little different. Um, I've recently got into a new TTRPG or tabletop role-playing game where... Here, one second. Let me make sure that you guys have some background music going. There we go. Anyways, I recently got into a new TTRPG or tabletop role-playing game called Draw Steel. Um, Hey, Lainey, how's it going? Draw Steel is one of the coolest things in recent game design, at least amongst things I've looked at. Um, and today, I need to do two things. This Sunday, Finch and a couple of friends of ours are going to get together and play a full actual session of this for the first time. Number one, I'm going to uh, build a character for one of the players in case we have a fourth show up, which I think is going to happen. Um, and if they don't show up, it'll be good practice for me to build a character so I can understand the rules a little bit and have something to talk to you guys about. And more importantly, we're going to make a couple of encounters and chat. I will have your help today to pick monsters and make strategies. Um, And Finch is in the background of this. And most people would be like, you can't do DM planning while a player's there. What is she gonna do about it? Think tactically about the game and get excited for it? Oh no. We won't plan any plot twist. We'll just plan combat stuff and we'll build a character. You won't stay long since a pizza place made you a chicken Alfredo pizza with raw chicken and now you're sick. Oh, that sucks. You should get your money back, brother. That's trash. When was that? A couple days ago? It's probably too late to get your money back at this point. If it was a while ago.
Food poisoning typically acts faster than that.
Food poisoning takes about a day
Oh,
or
really?
2 days. Yeah, yeah. My experience is if you eat bad chicken at night, you won't feel the effects until midday the next day, or somewhere around that. So like 15ish hours is my experience, or 16 hours.
I had bad chicken sandwiches once, and I got nauseous on the bus home. So
Yeah, and I mean, I'm sure some food poisoning will be worse than others. I just know my experience with people I know with salmonella and me getting salmonella. It happened within like the next day or a little bit longer. You'll be back in 20, 30 minutes once the medicine kicks in. It was yesterday. Yeah, bummer. All right, so what exactly is Draw Steel? What are they trying to do? It's right on the tin. Tactical, heroic, cinematic fantasy. Um, what that means is in the creation of this game, any rule that they came up with that didn't make you feel tactical, didn't make you feel heroic, didn't make the gameplay feel cinematic, or wasn't based in fantasy, they removed. And so all the rules point towards that feeling. It's actually surprisingly good game design the more I look at it and the little bit that we've gotten to play so far. This came out like last week. I backed it on Kickstarter like 2 years ago. And the hardcovers are coming to my house in like a couple of, and like next month I want to say they're getting printed right now, which I'm super hyped for. I've been waiting for this for a little while. Um, the real question, Lainey, since you're going to be gone for 30 minutes, would you rather I start by building a character or start by building encounters? Which would you rather be back in time to do with me? Do you care more about monsters or heroes? That's the real question. Oh, there's also a resource I recently found called Forge Steel that might make making a character faster. I'm going to be discovering it with you guys. Um, okay, Ancestry. Okay, cool. And I already know basically what I want to make for the other character because they already told me a couple things they found interesting. So we're gonna do Hakan, which is basically giants who have like stony skin and they have they see futures of their own death, which is like very sick. Um, let me adjust where my chat is at. Let me throw this bad boy to the side for about a moment. Or we'll throw it up here for me. Okay. So I have 3 points to spend in following options. Gain an adjunct test to make the lift and haul. One of you force move a creature object, force move it gains +1 bonus. That's pretty powerful. Body's mid with stone blows of enemies. Your might score is treated as one higher for resisting potencies. Gain edge on might test when called for resist. This one is just going to get kind of finicky while we're playing, I think. Your hardy constitution prevents you from losing strength. You cannot be weakened. Oh, that's pretty good. Doomsight is the cool one. I think we go with Doomsight. For reference, this is what Doomsight is. You talk to your director, you predetermine an encounter, and in that encounter, you will only get the best possible options on every test and ability roll you roll. You cannot die, no matter how low your stamina falls, and then immediately at the end of the encounter, you die, and you cannot be returned to life by any means. And if you get to the point where you should die in a encounter in which you are not doomed, in which this is not taking place, you turn to rubble and in 12 hours pop back up, which is so cool. Okay, we're going Doomsight. We're going to go Forceful. We're going to get extra +1 to push and junk around. And then class, he also mentioned he was interested in Tactician. So we're going to give Tactician a shot, which means I have to actually learn some stuff because I don't know a ton about this. Strategist, defender, leader. With sword in hand, you lead allies into the maw of battle, barking out commands that inspire your fellow heroes to move faster, strike more precisely. All the while, you stand between your compatriots and death, taunting the followers of evil to best you if they can. Love a tactician. That's a great description. As a tactician, you have abilities that heal your allies, grant them increased damage, movement, and attacks. Okay. And then the subclass is Tactical Doctrine of Insurgent, Mastermind, Vanguard. Okay. Stamina's 21, 10 recoveries, that's a lot. So these are pretty tough. Focus is your heroic resource. You get 2 at start of each of your turns. First damage round. You or an ally damages a creature you've marked. So marking is important. The first time in a round that an ally within 10 squares of you uses a heroic ability. Oh, cool. Choose 2 skills from alertness, artificial complexity, blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. Okay, let's start with this stuff. We're going level 1. Characteristic array. What are the ones that I get? So I have a 2 in might and a 2 in reason naturally. We get to move these around. I think we're going to do this because negatives are really powerful in this. Okay, so our might and reason will always be 2. Agility, intuition, and what was the P stand for again? Presence. So charisma. I think we want our presence to be strong. Or is agility better? Or intuition? We're gonna go presence. We love a good charismatic tactician. Now we choose Tactical Doctrine, and this is where I'm really not sure. Finch, actually, I might want your help on this, because this is a person who may be very well playing in your team when we play on Sunday.
Yeah.
Because our buddy who said he may or may not come, I'm building this for him. So help me pick between these 3 subclasses. There is.
I'm not sure how much energy I have to help out.
That's okay. Can you listen to these and help me pick?
I can.
So there's Vanguard. You've learned the stratagems of ancient heroes, letting you lead from the front lines and seek victory through sheer force of will and personality. Sounds very classic. There's Mastermind. You've an encyclopedic knowledge of warfare, viewing the battlefield as a game board and seeking victory by thinking steps ahead of your opponents. Mastermind sounds pretty self-explanatory. And then Insurgent. Doing your duty, playing fair, and dying honorably in battle is your opponent's job. You'll do whatever it takes to keep your allies alive. So, guerrilla warfare. Actually, I'm smarter than you. Or classic, like, what you expect out of the tactician of, like, go on, allies to victory. What do you think?
Vanguard sounds cool.
Yeah, the classic one. I think that's the quick build one that they want you to do. Okay, let's pick some skills. So, lead just happens, it looks like. I get to pick 2 amongst these. Gosh, that's a lot. Swim, strategy, search, ride, navigate, monsters, mechanics. Okay, monsters seems good. And alertness seems good. Actually, I want one of these to be brag, because I think that's very cool. But what do you think is better to have, monsters or alertness?
What do you mean?
As skills.
Oh, I don't know.
You don't know? What do you think would be cooler or better?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's what we'll do. You drilled the. Oh yeah, this is the one that gets 2 kits. Okay. Now gosh, I need to learn about these kits real quick. Combine magic and range weapon strikes. So speed goes up by 1. Range damage increases. Range distance increases by a bunch. Disengage increases. So oh, an exploding arrow. That's pretty neat. Okay, what's battle mind? Oh, it gives you psionics. This feels very Hakan. Okay, so melee damage goes up, stability goes up, speed goes by 2. Okay, stamina goes up, medium armor or medium weapon, light armor. Okay. Till the end of the target's next turn, any force movement that affects the target has its distance increased by 2. Ooh. This is one of them. This is very cool. I like that a lot. What else can we throw on this guy? Cloak and dagger doesn't feel right. Two-wielder's kind of interesting. Maybe. What? Oh, okay. Huh. Proceeds to walk in the room, be visually confused by Teyo's doing taxes. I'm doing taxes now? Hell yeah, love that. No, so, it occurs to me. OBS might be hiding a chunk of what I'm doing. Let me scoot this over just for a moment so you can see this part. So today, I'm building a character, and then you guys are going to help me build some encounters for a tabletop RPG. Music's a bit loud. Let me adjust. Okay. Back to what I was doing. So right now we're making a Goliath tactician, which is pretty interesting. I like this. There's so many kit options. Ugh. Okay, I have a. Let's drop the battle mind for but a moment, because it does. This is kind of interesting. I think if we go martial artist, we can do a little bit more. You don't understand a single word, but you're excited anyways. Yeah, that's the spirit. Oh gosh, what do these do? So, okay. As far as this character creation stuff, I don't know as much, but the monster stuff is where chat will be able to really help me. And actually, let's take a small break from building this character and go check out Draw Steel's Monsters. So, Lost, just so you have a little bit of background, this is a game called Draw Steel. It's tactical, it's heroic, it's fantasy, and it's cinematic. Ooh, are any of them hot? That's... I hate you. What a question. Let's... Maybe? Okay, looking at these, what do I think would be hot? Maybe the elves? Maybe the Medusa? Let's try the Medusa. Let's go page 204. Yeah, that's kind of hot. She's kind of terrifying. Too scary. Boring options as humans, lol, fair. Giants? Let's go take a look at giants. Where are those? 144, we'll give it a shot. Also, the pages are a bit off on the PDF. Hey, the elves are pretty hot. Which... Whoa! Look at this! It's a dust storm of bones! That's so cool! Okay, giants. What do we think? Hot technically. This works. Confused boner. Hate you. Wow, that is a big woman. Oh, I don't. That's gross. Oh, that's a cool slingshot. Hey, here we go. For everybody who's in defeat. Okay, focus it up, chat. I need some actual help with something. So, we need to find some level 1 monsters. Where can I find which monsters are level 1? There's gotta be a table for that, right? Aha, here we go. By levels. Okay. Honto, let's go. Do control F, maybe that'll help. I found it. So, okay, oh gosh, we need to zoom in though. Is little itty bitty writing. Let me make sure OBS isn't being weird about it. Here we go. That'll be better. So, okay. We gotta find something that's level 1 because our party will be level 1. We gotta find something interesting, and then we gotta go pick some stuff that will go well together. So we're looking in this area, the first echelon of combat. So all the level 3 stuff and level 2 stuff is just out of the question, probably. Werewolf Eric's? What the fetch is an Eric's? Let's find out. Also, we're on page 36. Somebody remember that for me. Oh, look at this frog man. Anyway, pay attention. Lock in for a second, Teyo. Eric's. Oh. What the heck is that? Gross. Maybe not. You've returned after taking 4 different stomach meds? Maybe not that many, buddy. Okay, not Eric's. That's nasty. I don't like that one bit. Werewolf, classic. There's some animals that could work. War dogs. I don't know if I want my party to kill dogs. That might make me feel bad. I looked over and Finch gave me a nod, I think. Undead Raiden Whites? I wonder what that is. Let's go look at that. Rat folk. Oh, cool. We love rats. Look at these guys. I almost want them to be the heroes. What about demons? Oh, demons would be good. This could be good. And the cool thing about these Raiden Whites, these rats, is that the EV is kind of low, which means it would be easy to make a combat with a bunch of them, which I am super into. Cool. All right. Oh, look at this guy. He's so cool. I love this guy. Dude, frick the heroes. I want these guys to win. They're way cooler. Oh, look at him. He's a spell sword rat. That's so sick. Also, why does he have such luscious hair? It's a L'Oreal ad. Reminds you of Stuart Little to me. Okay, somebody marked down 225 or 232. Somebody marked down 232 for me. Let's bookmark Raiden Whites for now and come back to that. In the meantime, you mentioned demons? Demons could be cool. Page 59. Which is not actually 59 in this PDF thing, so give us but a moment. Oh, what the? Ugh, ugh.
Gross.
I don't like that at all. Oh gosh, there's a lot of demons. Good freaking gravy. What the heck? And they go across a couple of echelons, so we're gonna have to really pay attention to which ones are first level. That's really important. So, okay, pitlings and snares, frenzieds, bindrax, mucerons. Wow. All of these ones. These are the ones we need to pay attention to. Let's zoom in just a pinch. Okay. These are gross. These are icky. I know they're demons, but I did not expect them to be so icky. Lost, I love that you were like, maybe they're gonna be hot to demons, and then we roll up to this man. Icky. Okay, so these are all options because they're level 1. These are not options. These are level 1. We can do these guys. Ooh, that's okay. This is sick. I like this a lot. Real hell versus internet hell for real? Yeah. Dude, ain't that a fact? Okay. Nope, can't do that. Oh, no. I do like how simple this is, where it's like, okay, not level 1, can't do it, moving on. Are all the level 1 ones first? Whoa. The mouth wall demands sacrifice. This is awful. Very cool. Okay, no, yeah, these are split up already, so all of the level 1 stuff is up at the top. guys reading this effect? So this attack has an effect where the ground in the area turns into a morass of spongy flesh before the targets are force moved. Until the start of the Torolap's next turn, the area is difficult terrain, and each creature who moves in the area takes 1 damage for each square moved. It makes the ground flesh. That's, maybe we do this. This is interesting. I kind of dig the rat people a little bit more, but the demons aren't bad. They're certainly interesting. So, and goblins are a classic. We might do goblins. What's Engluaddles? I'm gonna look at that. It's just like a couple pages down. Oh, look at this cool guy! Oh. No, I can't let you guys fight them. They're too cute. Maybe with names like Englotto Cleaver, you can fight them. Interesting. Oh, okay. While toxins don't kill them, they're still affected by pollutants in their waters. Ongoing contamination in their environment can corrupt them, making them aggressive, confused, and angry. Ooh, maybe we do something where it's not go murder monsters, but objective becomes take care of pollution or monsters will murder you. Idea. Make sure the party uses the floor against it. Do some sort of... Wait, you're saying like... What? Like have the floor of flesh be usable against the demons is what you're saying? That could work. I love these little guys. These are great. Interesting. This is actually pretty interesting. And they have sample encounters, so I don't have to build my own. That's really cool. Mage can cast magic hand, dragging the demon through the floor. That is pretty interesting. That is a good point. Is the floor is damaging whenever a creature moves through it, not necessarily just the heroes. So yeah, any hero could just grab the demon and just like across the ground if they wanted to. Idea. What if the demon is the one causing the pollution for the frogs, making the floor... Ooh! That is cool! Have 2 sets of enemies, and so we can have a couple of encounters that could happen with the frogs, and a couple of encounters that could happen with the demons, and have it go back and forth like that. That is pretty cool. Hee, big brain moment. Yeah! That's something that would be presented to players as an option, which is pretty cool. I always like letting players use environments a lot. So I got a notepad. Let's write down some ideas. We'll start with possible objectives, because there's the classic objectives of kill bad guys. Somebody summoned demons. They're doing bad stuff. Get them. You know, there's classic option of kill demons. Easy, done. Similarly, kill rats. But then there's some other possibilities like Swamp is polluted. Help out frog folk. Or they fight. Perhaps even rats / demons. Polluted area. Deal with them. Also, it occurs to me, how does this look on OBS? Okay, it looks okay. Deal with them. Or else deal with frog. With Froge. Yeah, purify the ocean or pond of the people. Yeah. What if? Hear me out. Yeah, Lost, what do you got? What are you thinking? Also, loving the inspiration. Your ideas are pretty cool. Sounds like we like, or I like a lot of the idea of helping out the frog folk or else thing could happen, and so we have a couple branching options of what could happen. Rat cultists, summon demons, objective, defeat them, find and kill the cultists responsible. That's pretty good. I do love the problem you're addressing is not the problem. The problem is that the problem you're addressing happened because of somebody else, you know? The classic, like, oh no, the crops are being burned. Wait, who's burning the crops, right? Technically, all of these could kind of tie together, where plot hook start is Frogs attack, find out why. Its demons have taken, or let's change the way we write that. Took over a place and messed up frog water. Demons were summoned. Deal with who did that. So this way, from this part, the party can go in a bunch of different directions, right? They could go, ooh, frogs are a problem, go get those guys. And they could go to the frog place and kill all the frogs. They could go, this is interesting, frogs are a problem because of a different problem, let's get to the root of that. When they get to the demons part, they can go, ooh, we should kill all these guys. Or they can go, ooh, how do we unsummon these guys? Who did this, right? Classic back and forth thing. Not back, classic like branching plot hooks. I'm really into that, thank you. Story elements, Rat King and Queen decided to have a peace treaty with frog people since sewers and ponds and swamps are really close. So I take over. Oh, that's, okay. Wow. You're tiring an entire, like, that's really interesting. You're giving me plot points, brother. I just wanted help in picking which monsters to use. I'm over here like, what are they gonna kill? And Lost is over here like, the treaty between the rats and the frogs has come corrupted. Love that, dude. I might use that. I might not. I'm not sure. Okay, we're gonna take a small break from this, and I'm gonna go back to making that character. We will come back to this. So, right now I'm picking out a 3-point ability, and I think I only get one? Yeah. You shout a phrase that, wait. Yeah, just one. Each target gains surges, okay. And this is a maneuver. Okay, we love a good maneuver. Melee 2 or ranged 5. One creature or object. Oh, daze. What? Oh, frick. What does daze do? This is the hero's book, so let's figure out what dazed does. Creature whose dazed can only do one thing in their turn. Main action, maneuver, or move. A dazed creature also can't use triggered actions, free triggered actions, or free maneuvers. Good to know. But they can use free actions. That's interesting, but not relevant right now. Okay, dazed is pretty strong. Inspiring strike, melee 2, range 5. 7, you are on an island with 10 squares, you can spin a recover. Ooh, that's pretty strong too. Oh, this is really strong actually. Each target can move up to their speed. Ooh, that's really strong too. Frick, these are all good. Frick. Finch, could I ask for a little bit of help again?
No.
No. How dare you?
I'm tired. No help to be had here.
Are you okay?
I had long day at work.
Uh-huh. Then you took a 3-hour nap.
On accident.
You still did.
Yeah.
You good?
No.
You're acting like you're sick.
I might be a little sick. I felt kind of nauseous at work.
Oh, that's not good. Have you eaten enough?
I think so.
Have you had enough water?
Yeah, I've had lots.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, buff, debuff, or heal, or movement.
Cat.
Buff, debuff, heal, or movement.
I'm drawing a bean.
Also, one last thing. Doesn't your party need a reason to go through with all of this? You're right. They absolutely do. But notably, all of the characters in this game are heroes. And so they all, hopefully, do the right thing or do the heroic thing. That is the like tagline anyways. That's the hope. I'm trying to figure out what to pick here. Movement seems like the best option. Movement is universal. Meanwhile, buffs and debuffs can be resisted. Kind of. So not really. In this game, you don't fail abilities. Not in combat. So for instance, in this one, to resolve it, you roll a 2d10 and you add your reason, which for us is 2. And then on an 11 or less, each of your allies that you target, all 3 of them, get 1 surge. 12 to 16, they get 2. 17 plus, they get 3. So no matter what, you're successful. 2d10 is 2 10-sided dice. So you roll 2 10-sided dice and you add 2. Anyway, and then same with the damaging stuff. So you deal 7 damage and you daze them if their might is sucky. Or you deal 9 damage and you daze them if their might is still kind of sucky, and etc, right? The effect is just better if you roll higher. No matter your role in combat, you will have an effect. You're right, this is hard. Tell me about it, dude. I will say, squad forward, you don't make any roll. It's just you and 2 buddies immediately get to move their speed, and it's a maneuver, so you still get to use your action that turn. So that's pretty strong. Choices and even more choices, like, bro, give me all of it. Dude, they're all good. The only one that I think is not as good, personally, is this one, because I think surges are just okay. But, like, dazing opponents, very powerful. Letting people spend their recovery, like, instantly, super powerful. And then everybody moving, also very powerful. Okay, let's think of the teammates. We already have a healer on the team.
What
Finch's
do you
character.
want to express about this character?
Oh, that's a good point. We could go from the story stuff. Sounds good, but that depends. What were you playing against? So this is a tactician who's also a giant, and it's for a person who really likes... what does he like? I know in D&D he usually just plays a fighter and then just does stuff. So, like, I'm sure he would like any of these options. Now, as far as, like, having it go with the teammates, we have a healer already. So maybe this is the weakest option because we already have someone fulfilling this role. we have someone that can move a ton, and we have someone who does like a lot of wide effects of enemies. I don't know. Let's do the squad forward one, because I feel like there can always be a use for this, and since it's a maneuver, we still get to make an attack or something. So, Hammer and Anvil, that's a great name for a thing. Melee 2 or range 5. Target one creature or object. 9 damage. One ally within 10 squares of you can use a strike signature ability against the target as a free triggered action. Oh, whoa, what? So on a 12 to 16, more damage, same thing, but they gain an edge against the target, which is +2. And the third one is 16 damage and 2 allies. What the? If the target is reduced to 0 stamina before one or both chosen allies has made their strike, the ally or allies can pick a different target. This is busted. This is really good. Imagine you're fighting like a bunch of weak enemies. You use this, you kill a guy, and then your 2 allies both killed 2 other guys. This is cracked. Okay. This is a strong contender. We might do this. Let's take a look at the other ones. They're probably all busted. Mind Game. Melee 2 or range 5. One creature or object. So 8 damage. If their reason is low, they're weakened. 10 damage weakened, 14 damage weakened. Before the start of your next turn, the first time an ally deals damage to any target marked by you, that ally can spin a recovery. Okay, so this lets your allies do recoveries, and it just weakens an enemy. That's a debuff, and a team heal is pretty strong. Now, so you choose 3 allies, and they all can make a free strike. Oh, that's also pretty good. And it just always, oh man, this, oh gosh, that's really good. What's the last one? This is what we planned for. Range 10, target 2 allies. Each target who hasn't acted yet this combat round can take their turn in any order immediately. Holy crap! So, okay. The way this game works as far as combat turns go is combat starts, we roll a 10-sided dice, and on a 6 or higher, the heroes go first. On a 5 or lower, the enemies go first, right? Then whoever goes first, whichever side, they pick one person, and that person gets to take their turn. When they're done taking their turn, the next side sends forth one person to take a turn. You go back and forth until every single player, every hero, and every enemy has taken their turn. So let's say there's one enemy and 3 heroes, and the heroes roll first. Hero 1 does a thing, enemy does a thing, hero 2 does a thing, hero 3 does a thing. Move back to the beginning of round. Basically a 50-50 gotcha game flashbacks, kind of. So this would mean, in that same scenario, 1 enemy, 3 heroes. Hero 1 goes, let's say it's the tactician. They use this ability, and immediately your other 2 teammates get to go, so you get a full round of you guys acting before the enemy ever gets to act. That's so messed up. Oh, jeez. So, like, the order of action system in an HSR, but enemies act more. Dang, that's just broken. It's not exactly like Honkai Star Rail. It's called Zipper Initiative. Basically, the 2 sides determine who goes first, and then every time a side gets their turn to pick, they pick someone who hasn't gone yet, and they go, and then the opposing side does the same thing. And they go back and forth, zippering all the characters onto initiative until until everybody has acted, and then the next round goes. Okay, so all of these are very, well, Mind Game is fine. It's not the best, it's not the worst. Each target making a free strike is pretty good too. This one is gross, because it means you're just blasting folks. Especially because strike signature ability could be a couple of different things. It doesn't have to be a free attack because free attacks are weaker. But this one is also really gross. And it's a maneuver, not an action, brother. Of course. So you could attack, then use this maneuver and let your teammates do stuff. Wait, then who goes first when everyone's acted? Once everybody has acted, the side to go first is whoever rolled in the beginning. So you never re-roll for which side goes first. If heroes are going first, they always go first. And it's fair because since it's going zipper back and forth, assuming you have the same number of people on both sides, the person that acted last is usually the team that doesn't act first. So, wait, what if your team has the same skill? It only works for each target who hasn't acted yet this combat round. So if you use this and then a teammate uses this, they can't then again pick you because you've obviously already acted. But if you have a team of like, let's see, 1, 2, 3. If you have a team of 5 people, you could all act at once, which is really messed up. But I think you guys are going to have a team of 4 at max, and only one of them will be a tactician, so yeah, we're going to give this a shot. This is what we planned for. So they're both going to be maneuvers. Let's take a quick look at the 3-point ability and see if there's a better action one that maybe we want. Dazed, it's fine. The one that gives healing. No, I think we're doing this one. Okay, interpersonal skill. Empathize, flirt, gamble, handle animals, interrogate, intimidate, lie, music, perform, persuade, and read person. These are all pretty good. Gamble? Yeah, gamble. You make bets with other people. Isn't that great? No, we're not picking gamble because of your addiction to gambling.
Why not?
The jumping you and your party are going to be doing is going to be diabolical. Yeah. JJK mode activate. Everybody jump that fool. Yeah, I want to rename all the things. Instead of this is what we planned for, it's get 'em. I think read person or persuade makes the most sense. Finch, do you want to do gamble?
I think it'd be funny.
I agree. We'll take gamble. If I had gamble on my skills, the way skills work in this game is that if you make a test or when you try to do something that may fail, you can talk to the director or the game master of the game and say, hey, I have the climb skill. Can I use it for scaling this building? And if you can convince the director that it makes sense to use your skill, you get to add 2. And so if I had gamble on my sheet, you better believe every single time I'd roll a dice, I'd be like, technically rolling dice is gambling. So because I'm making a test, I'm gambling. Can I use my gamble skill? Oh gosh, idle death gamble. Hey, no spoilers. Finch hasn't gotten to that part. Not that part is animated yet, and Finch doesn't read the manga, so that's probably fine. Okay, so culture, career, and details. We'll get to that in a moment. Let's go back to monsters for a while. Bro, that's hilarious. Okay. I love this little guy. Look at this little guy.
He got so many arms.
Just what? Just 2?
What's that thing coming out the back?
What? Okay. Arm, head, arm, leg, leg.
Oh, that's a leg?
Yeah, these are 2 legs. He's like doing a dance.
Yeah, I know, but like I think I see 2 legs and there's still something coming out the side.
His knee?
No, lower. That thing branching off.
Nothing's branching off.
That right there.
What do you mean? This is the curve, but so foot up to like knee and then second knee because frog legs.
Oh, it's a bit of smoke. It looks weird from this distance.
Oh, this stuff on the ground? Or his loincloth?
No.
What?
Are you
This?
blind?
Look, smoke, smoke, smoke. and then loincloth.
Your mouse was on top of it.
This?
Yeah.
That is his leg.
No, it.
Come here, that's his leg. That's his little knee.
No.
This is a weird little second knee.
No.
This is where my mouse was. That's his
What
knee.
Oh.
See?
See, from my distance, I couldn't see this. It looked like this was his side, and it just went down to his foot, and then his other was like behind it.
No. Leg.
Okay.
Yeah, he's doing
yeah,
a dance.
I didn't see how
Sure.
high up that was.
Yeah.
From afar, the silhouette kind of blended.
That's a haunch, Finch. Bro's doing the flying crane yoga pose. He better kick the out of you. Better cast some spells. I love their eyes. They look so brain dead. I love them. Okay. So let's see what this guy does. So he's got a ranged attack that hits 2 creatures or objects. It does holy damage. The target is illuminated. The illuminated creature or object can't hide or become invisible, and any strike to make against the illuminated target gets... Ooh, that's pretty cool. They've got a malice ability. 2 cube space within 10. Toxic gas fills the area with a pop. If any creature or object touches the bubble. Oh, cool. Toxiferous. Whenever an adjacent enemy grabs wave or uses melee attack against them, the enemy takes 2 poison. Oh. Neat. Remind you of the flying snake kick from Karate Kid. Oh, the like crane kick he does at the end of the film, where his foot is injured, so he like hangs out on one foot and then does like the wow, kicks the tar out of some guy. Do you ever think about how Karate Kid is like so much the opposite of like what kids are taught when they take like self-defense classes? You know what I mean? When you watch Karate Kid, it's like, oh yeah, I'm teaching you how to fight so you can beat the crap out of people your age. You know what I mean? Okay. What is a... Okay, so it's a Harrier. What are Harriers again? Well, luckily... So there's page 42. Remember that. Oh, this is important. I need to remember this. So our hero level is first. The number of heroes we're going to have is 4. So 24 or 18. So let me make a little thing. 3 heroes. 18. 4 heroes. 24. Okay. So references to what this is the EV that we can shop with for enemies. So, and by the way, you add 1 hero for every 2 victories the heroes have earned on average. So let me copy, throw that down, and then because of that, let me add 5 and 6 numbers as well. So 30, 36, and 42. This way, if while we're playing the game, they have a bunch of victories, I can say, oh, easy, and I'll go into the book and I'll grab a couple more monsters and throw them in shopping-wise. Right, so as I was saying, this tells us how many monsters we pick and which monsters, and it gives us a currency by which to buy enemies for an encounter. Okay, back to what I was doing. Squad captain. minion squad has a captain. Each minion squad gains the benefits known to the with captain and train their stat block. Oh, cool. I've never seen that. That's very neat. You're about processing to buy a succubus with all the team's currency. Proceeding to, yeah. Gosh. I don't know if there are succubi in this game. Okay, here we go. Minions. Weaker enemies who die faster. They just have, like, lower stamina. Horde monsters. They organize as hordes. They're hardier and work in smaller groups than minions. Takes more than one of these creatures to effectively threaten a single hero. Okay. Okay, so these creatures tend to outnumber heroes 2 to 1. Good to know. Platoon. Highly organized, usually self-sufficient armies. Platoons are well-rounded organizations, well-equipped to handle most combat objectives. Good to know. Single platoon creature is decent threat to a hero at the same level. Okay, so these are like levels of like, these are babies, these are stronger, and I assume they go further on down. Elite are the functional opposite of minions. Okay, understood. Leader buffs allies, grants them additional actions. Okay. Solo, an encounter all on their own. Okay. So maybe what we do is we try to make a minion or horde fight to use in the game. We make a platoon / elite fight with a couple of guys and maybe with a leader or something, or maybe we put a leader with some minions. And then we try to make a solo fight. Maybe that's our goal, is we try to make a little bit of everything, just because this is like our first time actually playing this game. So it might be good to have a little bit of everything, to give a sampling platter to the players and to myself so that we understand what's going on. Okay, creature rolls. This is what I was looking for a second ago. Ambusher. Okay, good at moving past people. Their goal is to hit the squishier target's backlines. Artillery, they shoot. Brute, they block. And they push enemies around so they can't be ignored. Controller, change battlefield, reposition foes, alter terrain. Okay, defender, tough so they're tanks. Okay, yeah, they're tanks. They're literally tanks. Harrier, mobile warriors who make definitive use of hit and run tactics. What's the difference between this and an ambusher? I guess ambushes are trying to target the squishy ones, and these are just run up, punch, run away, and repeat that over and over again. Guerrilla tactics versus like teleporting behind you. You're making a character, right? Are you the DM or one of the party? I'm confused. I'm the DM, or in this game it's called the director. But the character I'm making is for one of the players who may or may not show up. And I talked to him and I said, hey, these are the ancestries, these are the classes, what are you interested in? And he said, a Hakan tactician, so like a Goliath tactician. And so I'm building that for him, and I'm coming up with some combat encounters. Okay. Right. Hexer. Okay, debuff enemies, they're generally squishy. Mounts are mobile creatures to be ridden in combat. And then support. So they aid allies by providing buffs, healing, movement, or... Okay, what's the difference between this and a... Oh, okay, so controller, hexer, and support are all similar but different. Okay... Okay, things summoned take the turn right away. Deal damage allows the creature using the ability to regain stamina. That's interesting. Okay, that's important to know. Sick, that's it. Malice. Oh, everything has basic malice. I didn't know that. So, for reference, may or may not, who are the players? If there are other streamers, you're not... No. This is a downtime thing. This is not a thing I'm doing on stream. I guess we could, but we probably won't.
Yeah, we haven't asked the other people.
We haven't asked the other people if we're going to do it, and this is our first time, like, playing, and so if we ever stream this, it'll be in a little while. not right away, because we're gonna play and then go, hey, maybe we do this if the vibe is right, and maybe everybody says yes, maybe they don't, maybe we don't do it, maybe we do. So that's not even like a thing. You're gonna be there if you stream this. I appreciate it. Thank you, Lost. Um, we very well might. I've been thinking about doing something like that for some time, but it's not yet, right? Maybe later, maybe soon, not yet. Um, right. Anyway, as I was gonna mention, so Malice is like heroic resources, but for the director and for the monsters the director controls. Malice is really cool. It lets the combats feel two-sided and two-dimensional rather than just like, we're the heroes, we win the fights, those are the monsters, they lose the fights. Rather, it's we're the heroes and we have powers to win, those are the monsters and they have powers to win, and they're both fueled and get stronger as the fight goes on, which I think makes this very cool cinematic. Uh, LOL, introduce me. Let's see what shenanigans you and your friends do if you decide to stream this. Yeah, it would be really fun. I've thought about it for some time. Finch and I have talked about streaming like D&D and stuff before. The trouble is that setting up for it is a challenge, right? Because you need multiple cameras, or you just don't have a good camera quality. You need multiple mics, or you just don't have good audio quality. And then on top of all of that, you need to convince more than one person to come together consistently, which is the killer of all tabletop RPG groups. Scheduling. Um, so like, it might not happen. It'd be cool if it did. Anyway, Malice. And so creatures always have abilities that say, here's the thing they do with their malice. Use one of the malice and do this. It just occurred to me because I just read this, every creature has these basic malice features. That's pretty interesting. Okay, so monster didn't. Next ability the monster uses with potency has potency increased by 1. Okay. And then malicious strike. The monster pours all their animosity into their attack. Their next strike deals extra damage to one target equal to the monster's highest characteristic score. Each additional malice spent on this feature to maximum 3 times the monster's highest character. Oh, cool! So, Finch, if I had, like, I don't know, 15 malice sitting around because you've killed all the goblins but one, the last goblin could use 5 of it to add 2 to their next hit, and then the next 10 of it to add, another 10, so they could just add 12-ish. Well, wait, what's 3 times? So 6. So at most they could add 8, single tier. But that's still really cool. Chuckles, Honk Knight Tigger here. Oh gosh. We don't talk about Legends of Evantris. That's not true. Legend of Evantris is pretty funny. Not my jam, but pretty funny. Good example of a good D&D channel. Yeah. Oh yeah, their quality at which they stream at is ideal. It would be something I would love to pull off, but it would cost money and space, and we'd have to convince folks to show up. And so, like, you know what I mean? They can do it because that's their job. That's what they do, is they play D&D for a living. And so, like, to have an office set aside that looks like that and has their stuff set up, and to have the scheduled time to come and show up and do that, just makes sense. They can do that. We cannot. Not yet. It'd be cool. Interesting. Okay, page 42 you said? Or 46? I think you said 46. No, it was 42. Yeah. Meanwhile, my with a Samsung phone literally launched 5 years ago. Will this work? Dude, I feel that. Now, okay, to be clear, I don't have the highest quality camera or setup or gear, as you can see here. My light is a small light pointed at the wall so as to get a backsplash effect. And it works. Like, it's fine for what I do, because my little face cam is this big, you know. But to do something where all we're filming is people talking, we would need a little bit more for it to look as good as this does, right? If we used this it would look like crap. um, okay, I've learned some monster stuff. Let's go back to hero stuff for about a moment. Let's go to details first. Name. I'm gonna put a space here so it says that I did a thing, but I'm gonna leave the name blank on purpose. Ooh, portrait. Let's go find Hakan draw steel. Let's go find a Hakan looking person. Who put Big Bird's face? What is the... Where's this image without the Big Bird? Here we go. Scoot that over. Can I drag one? No. Okay, so let me... Save this image real quick. Close. And then throw it in. Perfect. That works great. Folder? Nah, that's fine. Default language? Yes, common. The one that it comes with. Career. Okay, so we've got some options. We've got agent, so like a spy, aristocrat, artisan, beggar, criminal, disciple, explorer, farmer, gladiator, laborer, mage's apprentice, performer, politician, sage, sailor, soldier, warden, and watch officer. My mind is drawn to watch officer, performer, and gladiator. I kind of like watch officer, where they worked for law enforcement basically. You got an ad that's really loud. Classic. Good luck. That's terrible. What do you think, Finch?
I think that we have a warden and a gladiator.
I didn't say warden, I said watch officer. But yeah, fair. Yeah, probably not Well, actually, gladiator might be good because that means that they might have something in common, which is kind of cool. But I get, yeah, maybe we don't. Oh, we have 2 wardens.
Yeah?
Yeah. LOL, politician with gambling about to go... That's kind of funny. Politician is kind of funny, actually. Hollow Knight is no longer your favorite game, and it's strange. What's your favorite game? What happened? Yeah, I think... Actually, I like Soldier. Let's do Soldier. Okay, we pick an exploration skill. We've got climb, drive, endurance, gymnastics. Hilarious. Heal. Oh, like first aid. I was like, what? Jump, lift, navigate, ride, and swim. Navigate seems very useful. Jump and lift both seem very useful. But as a Hakan, you're already getting increased power on lifting, I think. 9 souls. It beats out Hollow Knight. That's not even close in terms of base game. What is 9 souls? That sounds interesting. Let's go... Let's go jump. And an intrigue skill. So alertness, conceal object, disguise, eavesdrop, escape artist, hide, pick lock, pickpocket, sabotage, search, sneak, and track. Okay. Search, track, sneak, and alertness I think are all the most useful and interesting here. Never in gaming have you fought a boss that recognizes that the player can respawn and even goes as far as to try and disable the ability. What? They try to disable your ability to respawn. Oh, in Hades, there's a boss that sees that you're pausing the game, and he's the god of time, and he stops you from pausing the game. And in Black Myth Wukong, if you go to heal, one of the bosses will like smack the healing thing out of your hand and drink it themselves. Sekiro combat turned 2D, but with a story of actual anime. Interesting. Okay, Finch. Alertness, sneak, track, and search. Which one do you think is most interesting?
Track.
You think track is good? Okay. Languages. Can I choose not to pick languages right now? Exploration perk. Reminds you of Thor reviving Kratos mid-fight vibes. Oh, dude, yeah. The boss literally grabs you by the throat and says, "Can't respawn to a root node now, can you? I understand how you play and I won't allow it." That would make me pee my pants if I was playing that game. Okay, let's pick a perk. Whenever you fail a might test, you can lose stamina equal to d6 plus level to improve the outcome of the test by 1 tier. Use this perk only once per test. Okay. Whenever you're in wilderness, once you're hidden from a creature, you don't need cover or concealment to stay hidden. Okay. Danger sense. If you are in a natural environment but not in a settlement in that environment, you get an edge on tests made using the alertness skill. You can't be surprised. Additionally, you have a connection to nature that warns you of any natural disasters imminent within the next 72 hours. So you don't know exactly what it will entail. An earthquake, wildfire, so forth. That's pretty cool.
I have that.
You have that? Friend catapult. I'm so sorry. What? Maneuver, distance, target, self. You grab a willing adjacent ally or object of your size or smaller, then vertical push that target up to a number of squares equal to 4. If a creature you push falls as a result of this movement, the effective distance of the fall is reduced by a number of squares equal to 4. When you use this perk, you can't use it again until you earn 1 or more victories. In other words, once between each combat, you can grab a homie and yeet them. And the best part is because of the racial trait we took, the number is actually 5. So you can throw your buddy 25 feet. I love that. He in fact did not allow it. He's the 3rd hardest boss in the game and ranked 7th hardest boss in 2D gaming history. He's the 3rd hardest in the game? That's not a 1st hardest boss? Good lord. Okay, Friend Catapult I like the most. I might want to pick that. That's awesome. Okay. I've got you. You catch a falling ally at the last possible moment. Trigger. A willing ally lands on you or adjacent to you when they fall. You catch them. Neither of you takes damage from the fall. Oh, cool. And it's just a free triggered action. So anytime... So, like, they could be at the bottom of a cliff, and you could jump off the side of it, and they could just catch you. Nobody takes any damage. Huh. That's kind of cool that that just works, too. You can use Handle Animal skill to interact with non-sapient creatures who are not animals, or in other words, monsters. Put your back into it during montage test whenever you make a test to assist. I'm not reading all that. Team leader. At the start of a group test or montage test, you can spend a hero token. If you do, all participants make tests as if they also had any skill you have from the exploration group. Cool. Teamwork. When you take your first turn during montage test, you can both make a test and assist another. Okay. Bless you.
Thank you.
Woodwise. When you make a test using a skill from the exploration skill group, at least one of the d10s rolled is a 1, or you can re-roll 1d10. You can use this perk only once per test. Nah, I think we're going with Friend Catapult. Not because it's the funniest named one. I mean, a little bit for that. Bless you. But also, yeeting buddies sounds great. So, we're going to do 2 custom languages called Pick a Language, so that whenever I hand the sheet to my buddy, he just picks languages. And in this game, there's actually a rule that you don't have to pick your languages at the start. In the middle of the game, you can choose to do so, which is pretty cool. Bro, that's just the Wolverine Hulk perk from Marvel Rivals. Oh, yeah. He tortures you in his dungeon. You need to do a whole side quest learning how to fight him, and even then it's hard. What? The game gives you an option to make his fight easier, and it can still take hours? That's... What the hell? He's the 3rd least darkest story in the game. What do you mean? Lainey, you keep saying stuff about this game, and I'm convinced you are a masochist. You only come here and talk about games that sound terrible. At least, like, Souls games and, like, Elden Ring and stuff. You can make it so much easier depending on what you choose to do. This just sounds terrible. Alright, inciting incident. Your commander ordered you. Ooh. I like that one. Honestly, this one is the. I like this one a lot. We'll do that one. Okay, culture. Oh, these are all. I don't want to do that. I'd rather just pick one. Let's do this. Language. We're gonna do the classic pick a language again, so that he can do that whenever he wants to. Select. Nomadic. Choose a skill. Flirt is an option? Because I'm nomadic, I get to flirt better? We'll go read person. That seems very good. Okay, pick a skill for being communal. We'll go climb, and then labor, pick a skill. We'll go navigate. Alright. We have made a hero for my buddy. Save changes. Sick. We have a thing. Now I just need to find a way to print this off, which we'll do later. The average time to beat the true hardest boss in the game is 15 plus hours? What? What? That sounds terrible. That doesn't sound fun at all. There was a Final Fantasy boss that had so much HP. I don't remember which Final Fantasy game this was, but it was the Gargantuan Adamantoise is what it was called, and it was a giant turtle. It had so much HP that if you played the game normally and you didn't like take it into account and try to do stuff to deal with it, it could take you literal 20 hours to beat it because it just had so much HP and you sat there and punched it for 20 hours, which sounds wildly terrible. Okay. I think this is all the stuff I need. I think this is plenty of information for me, and I'll go pick out specific stuff about combat, like terrain and specific monsters in my free time when Finch isn't listening. And we have a character. So I think this is stream. Chad, thank you so much. Let's go find a cool picture. Here we go. This is a cool, that's gross. Here we go. This is a cool picture. This is sick. Let's do this. Chat, thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. Yeah, that does sound like literal torture. Like, why not just play a game that's fun? I jest. I know that you enjoy it, but anyway. Chat, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Lost, thanks for the help with coming up with the story stuff. Yeah, tomorrow is probably going to be some more normal things, like a video game. Nine Souls is very unheard of. It released last year, and there's only one video guide to find a very important resource. Hilarious. Anyways, as always, love you guys. Have a good night. We will see you tomorrow.